Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. 3 things that have helped me persist. Hey guys, hope you all are well. In this video, I want to be talking about these 3 things, these 3 ideas that have always helped me persist. And when I'm saying always, it means since I have been in this journey of manifestation and conscious creation, these are the things that have always helped me. Even when I'm getting into a session with a client, sometimes we go over these things when the circumstances seem to be very difficult for them. When they are looking at circumstances and they look very difficult or they feel very difficult, these are the 3 things that we cater to first, we look at first, because we want that we have a strong base and a strong foundation before we start something. And of course things are going to be difficult, of course things are going to come across in a manner where it's going to be difficult for me to persist. Sometimes circumstances can be difficult, and that's okay. Not always can you just say that, oh, ignore the circumstances, because sometimes the circumstances just at your face, and sometimes it just hits you and it sometimes pushes you back. So if you are someone who has faced this circumstance before, or have ever been in a situation or are in a situation right now where circumstances have been the reason that you have given up, please try these 3 things and they will actually help you persist and get to the end result. Because being very honest, in these situations, there have been times when I have wanted to give up, but eventually moving forward, persisting and getting to a place where I have been doing that consistently, these are the places which have in the end eventually allowed me to receive what I want, and actually made me proud of myself, because when things got difficult, I did not give up. In this video, I will also be talking about what Neville Goddard meant by burning desire and things on that regard. So just watch the full video to understand it fully. The first thing that has always helped me persist is when I have written down all my previous manifestations. Now, I know that a lot of you are people who are just into this manifestation journey, and you will say, hey Karan, but we haven't ever had a conscious manifestation before. That's okay. So I will cater to both of the people. For the first set, people who have had conscious manifestations before, and for the second set of people who haven't had and haven't received any conscious manifestations before. So the first thing to understand is that when we manifest something, all our life is a manifestation, right? So even if you feel that you haven't consciously manifested things before, if you are really aware and you're honest, if you look back at your life, you will see how you created your circumstances. I don't even know how many clients I get on a regular basis who come to me and say that, hey Karan, I know I manifested my breakup. I know I manifested my wealth going away because I know my thoughts were like this, my mindset was like this, my actions were based out of fear. And we are very aware that, okay, this and this and this is how it took me from a good place to a bad place. Or this is how, when I first I had this guy who came and told me, you know what, when I first met her, I was not obsessed with her at all, and she was so into me. But as soon as I started getting into her, it was not that he was getting into her, he realized that he was projecting his insecurities onto her. She started pulling away. And these are very common themes that happen with a lot of people. So first, it's very important that if you are someone who feels that I have not consciously manifested anything, look back at your life and understand that there are some things that you have created, conscious or unconscious, good or bad, doesn't really matter, and write them down. Tell yourself that, okay, this and this is how it came, and this is how it manifested. And you will always see that there will be some unseen involved in it, something that will happen out of the blue, or something that will just naturally take a course where things will have work out automatically or will not work out automatically based on what they were. Or if you are someone who has manifested things before, writing down that, okay, this has worked for me, and this is the thing that I manifested. This is something that I do. I have this whole book where I write down all the things that I have manifested. And on a daily basis, when I manifest something, I write it down in that book. I write down how I did it in a very short paragraph. Just because when there are moments, and there are going to be moments when I'm going to be going through something difficult, I can always look back at that notebook and see that, oh, if I have manifested these things before, there was a time and there have been situations where I felt that I should stop, where I felt that it won't work out, but it still did. Look, I did it. I have written it down. Look, I did that, maybe unconsciously, but I did. These are for this is that is for the last sentences for the people who feel that they haven't actually manifested anything consciously. Also, if you are in this category, then you should try my revision challenge. A lot of people have received a lot of manifestations from that. So I also I have a post pinned down on my Instagram. There are a lot of success stories in the comments, and even in my challenges highlights, it's full of success stories from revision challenge. Plus, I also have a video about this. I will link it down in the description below. The second thing, and this is what Neville Goddard meant by a burning desire. So, a big misconception that people have when Neville Goddard says that you need to have a burning desire is that they confuse it with longing, they confuse it with craving, they confuse it with desperation. When Neville Goddard said that you need to have a burning desire is not longing for that thing. It's not desperation or craving that thing. It means I have a burning desire, a very strong reason, and a commitment towards myself that I will change. Let me explain. For example, if I'm manifesting a specific person, a burning desire for that person, when people think that, but Karan, if I work on my self concept, I won't have that burning desire for that person. That's where you are wrong. You don't need to have that burning desire, because what you're calling desire is actually longing, desperation, craving. And that's what you keep manifesting more of, more longing, more desperation, more craving. But what Neville Goddard meant here was that I have a conviction, that conviction in me that this thing is very important. And no matter what, I won't give in to my cravings. No matter what, I won't give in to my desperation. I will work on myself and I will work on this thing till I get the result. The desire is to change. The desire is not for that thing. Now, that doesn't mean you cannot desire that thing. Great, you want it. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. But when you get into a desperation and craving and a longing mode, all you manifest is more desperation, more craving, and more longing, which is what we are trying to avoid. So once you get into a space where you are able to internalize that, a strong why, that's the second thing that I do. I have a very strong why on why I want to change my life. It's because for the past many years of my life, before I knew conscious manifestation, I did not have a good life, and I did not have a life which I was proud of. I was not a person I was proud of. And because I had this commitment towards myself, I made a promise to myself that no matter what, I will change. And I will do whatever it takes to change. Every time remembering my why do I need to change? Because I don't want that old life anymore. I want the new life, because that's what I deserve. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I want. So having that strong why, and your why can be anything. Your why is the reason why you wake up and go to the gym when you don't want to. Your why is the reason when you respond when you should be reacting, or when it's okay to react. Your why is the reason why you solve conflict with your partner. Your why is the reason why you are changing your beliefs. Your why is the reason why you persist even when things are difficult. Your why is the reason why you go through circumstances. So it's very important to have a strong reason on why you want to change your life. My strong why was that I was sick and tired of living my old life, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And once I got the taste of change, power, confidence, I couldn't just go back anymore. That was my why. So even when I want something, I go after it, and my need to change myself comes from this place that, hey, I cannot be the person that I was before. Not because I'm desperate for that thing, and which is, even if I'm desperate, that's okay, I work on that, but not because of that thing, but because my need to change myself and to give myself the life that I want. The third thing, and this is something that I have been preaching since day one, having a routine to fall back to. Now, there are going to be a lot of people who are going to say that I don't have a routine. I cannot do well with routines. So I will just cover all that. First, we all have a routine. A lot of times it's unconscious. We all have a way we wake up. We all have the first foot that you put on your ground is usually the same. The way that you brush your teeth is usually the same. The things that you do on a regular basis are usually the same. You have some habits that you don't even know are there, but they are present in your life on a regular, consistent basis. These are habits that you have, and these are routines that you have, structures that you have unconsciously. A lot of times these structures are not very helpful for us. Let me just give you an example. Let's say I'm someone who has a routine. I wake up on time, I go to the gym, I come back, but I am someone who struggles with reacting in the evenings. If you will closely look at what your routine is, you will understand that the routine is I come back home and then I see something on the TV which makes me react. And in that moment, instead of handling myself, I automatically, because that's my routine, that's my structure, that's my habit, get into a dwelling session. And from there, instead of handling it, I let it turn into something big. Or I have a habit of talking to my friends about my circumstances, which just puts me down and it just puts me in a position where I don't get what I want. If you are someone who is in this kind of a line, and if you are someone who struggles with this, please understand having a fixed routine for yourself doesn't have to be something that is very big or large or very difficult. It can be 5 things or 2 things or 3 things that you do on a daily basis. It doesn't even need to have a fixed time. So for example, let's say you pick that I will every day do night tapes, I will every day do my affirmations, and I will every day do my breath work or my forgiveness meditation. Just an example. Let's say it's the first 3, my night tapes, my affirmations, my breath work. If I have a circumstance, I know that I still have to do my night tapes, still have to do my affirmations, still have to do my breath work. That gives me a sense of control. That gives me a sense of thinking that, wait, I'm not just out there in the woods without anything. I have control because I can control my actions and the routines that I have. A lot of times when people say that I don't have a routine and I don't like being in a structure, that's your resistance showing up in a subtle way, preventing you from changing. So whenever you are trying something, stick with it for a while and then see if it is giving you results or not. But sticking to it is actually going to be important. So these are the 3 things that I fall back to every time I feel like I am having a difficult time. I would love to know what are yours, and leave it down in the comments below. A lot of people will get help from that. I will see you guys in the next video. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions and I will see you guys in the next one.